Okay, we'll talk a little bit about Blackwell real quick. We'll move on to Thomas. So we're going 19-0 at half. I'm not sure exactly. We have the breakdown. I know we snapped it 70 times in the game offensively to their 79, I believe. So it was almost 150 snaps in a high school football game with no overtime. So it was a lot of plays. We played really well the first half. Things. Honestly, I was a little bit worried. We talked all week about week 0. Means we had one entire week less of practice, conditioning, scheme-wise to get ready for a football game. So I was a little bit nervous about how many times we were going to have little penalties, things like that, guys not in the right spots, not being able to line up and just do fundamentally sound things. And honestly, it was good. I was impressed, especially with our first half play offensively. Defensively, they come out. We knew they were going to take a shot. I mean, we said all week, first play they're going to take a shot. So we show them man coverage. They take one downfield and we pick it. So, if you notice, there's about 70 kids over on their sideline. And I told you last week the one thing I was worried about was them wearing us down because we have so many two-way players. And they did. They did wear us down. So we came out in the third quarter and we were gassed. And they are playing 11 guys on offense and 11 guys on defense. And 8 different guys on special teams. Only 3 starters played on special teams. So they were wearing us down, came back around. Defensively had some breakdowns. And honestly, when our best guys aren't on the field, we're not near as good. I know that's pretty vanilla to say, but it's true. When our seniors come off the field, we're not as good. And they were coming off the field, they were cramping and tired. And, so when you put freshmen in there, you're going to get a fade thrown on you for a touchdown. I mean, that's just the way it is. So overall, though, I was pleased with it. I mean, yeah, it's a win. Opening night, it's a win. You start off, you can't win them all if you don't win the first one. So it was exciting. Anybody got anything on Blackwell before we move on? No?
So was it cramping, you think, mainly from the number of plays and having to go 2 ways?
Well,
we had a lot of kids that were cramping up.
We did. We have almost all of our kids going both ways. We don't run very many on and off. And like I said, we didn't have that extra week of another scrimmage and more conditioning. Our several players that didn't go both ways were no different than their kids that didn't go both ways. I mean, they were fine. They could have played another 30 snaps if they needed to. But the thing about it is, I don't know if y'all remember Preston Kaiser or not. It's Brandon Kaiser's brother. Preston played up here, was punter, played defensive backs and receiver. He's the defense coordinator at Blackwell. And after the game, we talked. Yeah, after the game, we talked. And, he was very complimentary of us and our kids, but he just said, hey, listen, he goes, nobody else the rest of the year is going to be able to do to you what we did with numbers. When you go play Hennessy and they have 40 kids, and you go play Chisholm and they have 50 kids, nobody's going to have 70, 75 kids again to be able to platoon you. And obviously we'll be in better game shape by then anyway, but he's very complimentary of our kids and the program, and so that was nice.
How about injuries?
We have a few that are banged up. Nothing that's serious. Austin played through a little bit of something he was carrying over from Woodward scrimmage. He only carried it 11 times. If he's healthy, he's going to carry it 20. Because when he carries it, it's a different animal. For those of you that saw the game, he's north and south. He puts it down and runs hard. So we get him healed up. Hopefully this week he'll be in a lot better shape as far as injury-wise for him. But, we were lucky. We got out of it pretty unscathed.
What class is Blackwell?
They're 3A now. They're a pretty high 3A school. They're pretty close to 4A. I think they have 460 kids in their high school, opposed to our 250. So we went over there and played JV last night. Our JV won as well. So played mostly freshmen that game. So that was impressive for those kids to go over there and win.
Any confidence in your extra point kicker on after the first kick?
No, not really. Well, he made it the second one he missed, and then the third one we had bad snap. So we had to go for 2 at that point based on the chart. I mean, so we go for 2, and I actually feel really good about our 2-point conversion game because we worked on it so much last year. But our kicker is going to be fine. He pulled the first one, and the next one was a bad snap, bad hold. I really told you going in, I thought those were things that were going to happen. I mean, I just knew, week 0 and even week 1, he's never kicked in a game. So, but he's going to be fine. Yeah, I haven't lost confidence in him at all.
You probably said before, how many do you have out for football this year? Talk about numbers while on Blackwell.
Yeah, we're 44 kids. So, yep. So not bad numbers. But anything else on Blackwell? Thomas. Okay, so Thomas's best lineman is Chance Bratton, who was wearing a Gold Bug jersey last year. In case you remember, he's a really good kid. His dad was transferred from Wheeler Brothers to Thomas. He now plays for them and is a great player. They have middle linebackers, a really good-looking kid. I think his last name is Roof. So those of you that remember Thomas, that's a pretty common name down there. Pretty legendary name, actually, around the Thomas area. So he's a good player. I mean, he runs sideline to sideline. He's about 6'1", looks to be about 220. Good-looking kid. They have another defensive end, really, really good kid, big kid. Nose is the same kid as last year, 300-pounder. So, I mean, they're going to be a good football team defensively for sure. Offensively, they haven't found their niche yet in their 2 scrimmages. We have a huge advantage, in my opinion, of having a game under our belt. I think that's big, especially in small school, high school football. We have a game under our belt. They don't. So they're going to go through some of that first game stuff that we had to go through. And, you got to get your special teams. Everything's got to be lined out. Timing, conditioning, all those things come into play. And the great thing about it is, hey, they're playing all their kids both ways. So just like we are. So it's not that's certainly not going to be an excuse this week. Good football team, great program, coached very well. One of their defense coordinators, a Ranger, Matt Hart. So I mean, they're coached well, and they're going to be ready to play. The difference, honestly, between this year and last year is last year they did not think anything of us. And for good reason. They didn't have any reason to. We were coming off 0-10. They had beat us like a drum the year before. They were state champions. They were 15-0. We went down there. They opened up the game 21-0, and then we come back like crazy. We're up 25-21. So they had no reason to respect us last year. But this year, talking to their coaching staff and even some of the kids, they do. They think a lot of us, and they think, they know they're going to be in for a dogfight. So the game will start out different, in my opinion, this year. I mean, it's going to be intense from the get-go. Our kids want to win bad. Because I don't know, I haven't gone back and looked, but I don't know when the last time if Alvis beat Thomas. We have never. Okay. There you go. So if that's not motivation enough, then I don't know what is. So we can Craig, would you tell me how long it's been since we won our opener?
8 years, I think.
8 years.
7 years, 8 years.
Okay. So 8 years since we've won our opener, and then we've never beat Thomas. So in 2 weeks we can do some things that haven't been done for a while. And I mean, our kids know that. That's exciting. We've got and we have a good chance to do it. Our skill kids are going to be as good as there is in the district. They are. Hayden Colwell, when he gets used to receiver, is going to be hard to cover. That's his first game out, and he had 3 touchdowns. Yeah, he dropped 2 wide open ones. I mean, wide open. Let me phrase that. But he's going to be really good, and he's going to be tough to cover. Davion Murrow is getting better. I mean, you guys got to remember, Davion's coming off an MCL tear in June. We're not even sure if he's going to be cleared in August. And he ends up carrying it 15 times. plays everything on defense, doesn't come off the field. I mean, this kid is tough. Good kid. And when Austin's healthy, Austin's a good running back in the district as there is. And Mitchell is going to be a great quarterback if he doesn't slide on fourth down. I had my out-of-body experience on that. And I forget. I mean, I'm going to tell you about Mitchell. I forget he's a sophomore because he does some things so good. I mean, he does things well for a kid his age and his experience. I mean, that was only his 6th start, I think, and he looked good. He made some reads, made some throws on our boot, off Waggle, off his back foot, getting pressured and put it right where it needed to go to Grant Ritter. By the way, Grant Ritter had a great game. 5 catches, 80 yards, 100 yards, something like that, for a tight end. You know, and I love using that tight end. So that was huge. But like I said, I mean, when our skill guys come into where they're at, they're going to be as good as there is to cover in space. And we're better up front. We started a freshman at left guard, but he came around as the game went on. There was one play on film. Trevor Allison, if you guys know Trevor, he is a great kid. I mean, he's just love that kid. Never has any bad to say. He comes off the field and is just red-faced, upset. And he always looks me in the eye when I talk to him, and I'm like, Trevor, hey, what's going on, man? You all right? And he's soft cussing me. He's got his head down. I don't even want to know what he's saying, you know. And Trevor, are you okay? You need to go talk to him. And he points over there at Kellen, our freshman guard. So all right, we'll go over there. I don't have time to go over there and talk to him, you know. So we get to watching film. I figured out what he was talking about. We had 2 guards pull into each other one play. So we're trying to run trap one way. The freshman decided he was supposed to pull and cut Trevor. Trevor goes, all you see is about 6'3" of heels going over the top of the other one. Dadgum. I can see why he was upset. So, but honestly, this is a good group of kids, and we really can be a special team, I think, if they'll, you know, keep coming together. And the things that we need to correct from last week are easily correctable. So, should be a fun game. Anybody else? Well, thank you.
Sweaty,